Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Well, it's afternoon over here in this part of the world,
It sure is.
and welcome to another edition of True Temperance International Family Health Show, Season 2, Fearfully and Wonderfully Made. Know your body. So we just have a few people in here with us today. We have the team, obviously, we have the team, and we have Dolores, and I believe Joshua should be coming in. And those of you who are joining us on YouTube, welcome. It's lovely to have you with us again. So we have, my name is Sharon, because obviously I know who I am. I always forget to introduce who I am. So I'm Sharon.
And I'm Edgar, and welcome to our show. We hope you're having a good afternoon, and we've got a good discussion on today's topic. So we're hoping that not only will you be blessed by what we're going to discuss, but you will also join in as we consider the benefits of the topic that we're going to discuss.
Yeah, definitely. We know we're looking a little bit blurry right now because I forgot to change the background, but we'll address that once we go on to our promo slides, and hopefully by the time we get back, that should be fixed. So bear with us for that.
Sure. Is our speaker today available? Are you available
to say hello, even if we can't see you?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's Shirlene here.
Okay. Hi, Shirlene. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, Edgar. And how are you?
I'm all right. It's always good to hear your voice. We'd
Likewise.
like to see you, but we know that that's not possible. But we're hoping that will change soon.
Hopefully, when the little one goes to sleep.
Okay, all right. So thank you for joining us, and we are going to move on to our promos for now. So hopefully you can see we are still, and we're coming to the end of this season because it's been well, to be honest, we cannot get to the end of studying how wonderful and amazing our bodies are, because this is something that will go on for a very long time, okay? Because we'll never know all there is. In fact, the more you know, the more you... Okay. The more you know, the more you realize that you don't know and you want to know more. So there is so much to learn. Okay. But before we go deep into today's presentation, we're going to look a little bit at our promos. We're going to look at our promos and then come back to today's title. Okay, and we'll tell you a little bit about the title too. You won't see it on the promos, but we'll tell you a bit. Okay, so here we go. Back to the promos. So, before we get started into the educational side of today's presentation, we need to share a disclaimer, don't we?
We do.
Could you go ahead with the disclaimer?
Sure. This is our disclaimer. We read this on a regular basis. And it's just to make sure we set the right parameters for what we're doing. And I will begin. Only a physician can diagnose, treat, and prescribe for illnesses or disease. Any information disclosed or discussed at the TTI Zoom talk show is for educational and information purposes only. Please continue to seek professional and medical advice from your general practitioner regarding any illnesses or diseases that you may be suffering from.
Thank you, Edgar. What does TTI stand for?
True Temperance International.
And that's what we're about, surely.
That's what we're about.
Okay.
Definitely.
So what about the international bit? Where are we, like, how does that come into this?
Well, health is something that everybody needs. So in terms of the international, we want this to spread to wherever. And we are willing to do programs wherever. If it means we have to go abroad, well, we'd consider it. But with the benefits of Zoom, we can actually enter different places in different countries,
in different time zones.
And the other thing as well is, which I would also add, we do have a YouTube which is running, which will run 24 hours a day,
Yep.
and it can be accessed in different parts of the world. So that's my perspective on the international. We want this to go far and wide, and health is international. Everybody needs good health.
Yeah, universal. And in fact, we do have presenters from various parts of the world as well. Not necessarily that they come to the UK, but they can present from wherever they are in the world, provided they've not got load shedding and they've got good internet connection. So that's our disclaimer before we dive into any presentation. With TTI, we have a way of keeping in touch with our viewers. We like to call ourselves a TTI family. And so one way we do this is through staying in touch with Telegram. Telegram is a method that we use. So you would have to install the Telegram app on your device. And then if you take a screenshot, or other way around, you can take a screenshot first, and then it doesn't matter which way. Maybe you've already got Telegram, but take a screenshot so you can see the URLs for joining. We have a spiritual health group, because we realize that people are on this platform and they may not all be of the same spiritual denomination, and some may be more inclined to tuning into the spiritual aspect, and some may be thinking, well, you know what, I just want to focus on health. So we've got the men's health group, the women's health group, and the spiritual health group. So, you know, whichever category you fall into, hopefully at least men and health, sorry, men and spiritual, or women and spiritual.
Yeah, it could be both.
Not both men and women.
No.
Oh, okay.
Saying,
Yeah. So you can fall into a spiritual plus one of the gender groups. Okay. And if that is your desire to stay in touch with us, you will see and get to meet our international family. And we can ask questions on there. We can share advice. We can support one another, and even put challenges on there and see how we're getting on with the challenge. So that's what that's for. That's our Telegram groups. And we've got something really, if you've not heard about, where have you been all this time if you've never heard about this? Okay, from the 29th of August to it's covered up on my thing, but I think it's to the 4th of September. We have a conference, health conference. It's the first time we're doing this. I don't know if it's been done by anybody else. I can't say it has or it hasn't, but it's the first time we're doing the health conference in the UK called Come Apart and Rest a While. And this is in Wales. It's going to be a week in Wales, the beautiful part of North Wales, a place called Cefn-Lee. And it's just so stunning. The views are spectacular and the environment is amazing. And it's where we'll be having a few presenters from the UK mostly, yeah, even if they may have origins from other parts of the world, but mostly based in the UK. We have Andre Crawford, Alvin McQueen, Lucille Fifield, Joanna Daniel, Dr. Conrad Vine, Jackie Brown, and Pastor Sam Davis. And there are others. Plus there's going to be some others speaking, and some of us too will be speaking as well. So we'll have devotions and worship time. And in between, in the daytime, we'll have lots of workshops, time for you to just get away from your usual weekday issues, whether it's work or cooking even, because we do have chefs on site. But if you wish, you can book and pay for meals as well. So you don't even have to cook for the week. Isn't that good?
It's excellent. Excellent.
Okay. And just get to meet us face to face. I mean, many of us have been locked away for a long time. So yes, please pray for us that it all goes successfully. It's going ahead. So pray for us. It's all going to go ahead successfully. And we trust that it will go ahead. And we really look forward to this.
Oh, yes, I'm really looking forward to it.
And there's information. For more information, there's a telephone number you can call for booking information, for the booking forms, and for more information about getting the meals. But they are self-catering accommodation. In fact, we're going to play the promo video. Why not do it now? just so we can get through these slides.
Okay, get through the slides. Very good.
But we will show the promo video in about 2 minutes or
Okay.
maybe less.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. So looking forward to that. And the last slide, over to you, Edgar.
Okay, we just want to thank everybody for their support. That support through prayers or financial. We have had people donate to us. You can see our account number and sort code. You know, and even if you don't want to give a financial gift, I mean, you know, we do want your support, your prayers. You know, support can come in many ways. So even if you tell people about TTI, about our program, about us trying to help people with their health, that's the support. So we just want to thank everybody that has supported us in the past and are willing to support us in the present. And I'm hoping it will be in the future. So just a big thanks to everybody that's done that. And you know, yeah, thank you. That's all I've got to say.
And as we're thanking you, I'd like to give God the thanks as well for bringing us together as a ministry, as we're able to support each other, support our TTI family. We were born from the initial lockdown back in 2020, March, April, kind of Mayish, April, Mayish time, 2020. And we've continued since then. So we'd like to thank God for keeping us together as well and keeping the ministry going. Right, I'm going to stop the share here and start another share, which will be the promo video. So start share screen again. There we go. And where are you? Where have you gone? Ah, let me just stop it a minute. Okay, Edgar, can you just do a bit of talking while I search for the video?
Well, what do you want to say?
You can say how much you what do you know about the 8 health laws? How about that? Can you tell anybody about the 8 health laws?
Okay, the 8 health laws. We have the first one, which is what's the first one?
What is it called, Edgar? Come on.
8 health laws. 8 health laws. You've just thrown me now.
Okay. How about New Start?
That's right. So the 8 health laws, the New Start. The first one is N for nutrition, E for exercise, W for water, S for sunshine, T for temperance, A for air, R for rest, and T for trusting God. Now, some people might say they don't believe in God, and that's your choice, but you've got to trust in something. You know, whatever our situation, we're in a position where we can't do everything by ourselves. We have to trust somebody, and I'm choosing to trust in divine power. But those 8 health laws have great benefits, and we recommend it. And I think if you put those laws into practice, it has to have a benefit on your health. And that's what we're promoting on the program. And the conference that we're going to be doing in August, that will be the promotion for the conference as well. So this is just something that we do. This is something that we believe in. And I dare you to try it. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Edgar. Right, so I think we should be okay for sharing the promo video with you now. Let's just get back to Zoom. We haven't really left Zoom, but there we go. Share sound. Just let me know if you can hear the sound. I'm sure you should be able to. So if I can see some thumbs ups, then we should be okay.
The sound is like... Come Apart and Rest a While is a 1-week holistic retreat in the relaxed rolling hills of the Welsh countryside. With something for everyone, from health checks and massages to seminars on country living, cooking demonstrations and the use of herbs, this conference brings together ministries from around the British Isles, sharing their experience and knowledge with you in a health retreat environment. Running from the 29th of August until September the 4th at the Stephen Lee Conference Centre. Whether it's for the week, the weekend, or just a day, your short vacation will exceed your expectation. And with food services ranging from self-catered to plant-based meals, and with comfortable spaces available from ensuite chalets to leisure homes and caravans, you can enjoy your tranquil accommodation. So take some rest, be refreshed, and make sure to make your reservation today. See you there.
Okay, so hopefully that's whetted your appetite if you've not heard about the Stephen Lee Health Conference before. So that's what that's all about. Now, I know it did say there was a big range of, well, not big, a good range of accommodation. We had a big rush, and all we have left now are the chalets, the self-catered chalets, but you can still book catering, and they're not en suites either. So it's the standard chalets where you have to share the bathroom facilities with 2 other bedrooms. So it's 3 bedrooms per chalet. And in each bedroom, there's about 5 beds. So yes, so that's what but for the price that you're paying for, you can't really quibble at that, because it's a very good price for the space, the length of a whole week. So it's hard to quibble at that. So we really look forward to seeing you there, and can't wait for that time to come. Now, we're going to dive in very shortly into today's presentation, and I'm sure Shirlene's there waiting at the wings. The title, Edgar came up with the title, inspired by the Word of God, Skin for Skin. Now, I was going to ask him something, but he just disappeared. So I have to go straight to the word, put my glasses on, and see what you mean. He's come back. Okay, skin for skin. So Edgar, you suggested skin for skin. And I haven't sorted out our camera yet either. Sorry, forgive us for that. Edgar, you suggested skin for skin. Can you tell us why you came up with that title?
I chose that title because it's a biblical verse
in Job chapter 2.
In Job, where Job is being attacked by the devil. And ultimately he actually starts to hit his body with sores, and obviously the skin is relevant because he had boils. And I'm saying that that just came to me because a lot of people do have problems with their skin. Now, I'm sure if we actually asked everybody what kind of different skin problems people have, I think you'll find that there's many, many things that could be said, whether it's acne or give me some.
Alopecia. No, sorry. Rashes, irritations.
Some people have problems.
Allergic reactions.
Some people have problems with like heat.
Heat bumps.
When it gets hot, they get
eczema.
And eczema. There's lots of different things. And I thought, well, this is something we can discuss. This is something we can talk about. And I just put on the poster,
But we're not experts on. We're not dermatologists, are we?
No.
No, we're not dermatologists. But there is a text in the Bible that says "skin for skin," where Satan says to the Lord, "Skin for skin," when he was saying that Job only follows you because. Thank you, Colin. But he says Job only follows you because you're blessing him. So if you took away the blessings, he wouldn't follow you. So it's a bit of a play on words that we're using, skin for skin, to title today's presentation. So hopefully, thank you, Colin. So hopefully, as we go more into the presentation, you'll learn more about skin. And there are several instances in the Bible where people were stricken with skin ailments, but we just use this one because the title doesn't specify a particular condition, but it does refer to the skin. So Shirlene, Sister Shirlene, my little sister Shirlene, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, are you able to, if you're not, yay, we can see you. And you have beautiful skin, so that's even better.
I am here.
So are you ready to present, or did Edgar want to say something?
Just a very quick one. Telephone number, please.
That's fine, I'll sort that out.
Can you just send it me ASAP, please? Okay. And also, I'll just have a quick, just while we're on I know we're on camera, but I would like Colin, I believe he's on at the moment. Could you get in contact with me, please? I've tried to contact you. Even if you can, I know this is
an ad break.
Yeah. Could you put your number in the chat to me
directly?
Because I need to contact you. But yes, go ahead.
Okay, right. So as Shirlene's just repositioning, and this is Shirlene Curlew. She's part of the True Temperance International team. We are a group of a few families, both on this side of the of the Atlantic, no, more this side of the equator, maybe, I don't know, in the UK and in Africa and in Jamaica, and we have friends far and wide. So Shirlene is another person who lives in the UK, and she will be sharing with us a presentation on the skin. So over to you, Shirl. And you've just muted yourself, but you probably did that on purpose.
I did. Just give me 2 minutes, please.
Okay.
And then I'll share my screen.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Right. So as you can see, Shirlene does have a wonderful challenge with her right now. She has a little friend. You can just see the top of her head. And she will be letting us know a little bit more about the way that the skin can be affected, what we can do to improve the skin, and what we can do to avoid certain ailments. So I think she's almost ready for us. If not, I can say a little bit about the skin.
No, I'm ready.
It's the largest.
I am ready.
Oh, one other thing. We also have essential oils classes, and we did a snippet of this on Thursday. So if you are interested, contact us and we'll let you know more about our essential oils, because that is something that's amazing for your skin too. Okay, over to you, Shirley.
Thank you, Sharon and Edgar.
You're welcome.
So with this presentation, it will be not just Shirlene speaking, it will be us discussing regarding the skin, because although I may say some tips or say something that's bad for the skin, some people have had experience with maybe skin issues, and then they overcame it by using alternative method that can help somebody else. So we're going to be all here to learn together. So Skin for Skin is the title, and I would like to ask the question what does the skin do? So, and please, not all at once, but please someone answer, and what does the skin do? Anyone can answer for me? What does the skin do? The skin that we are within?
It protects.
It protects. Thank you, Marlene.
It breathes.
It breathes, yes.
Protect our organs.
Yeah,
Protects our organs. It does.
it's waterproof.
It's waterproof. Yes, it is.
If we remember Sister Louise's presentation, it's the first line of defense.
Thank you,
So again,
Chris. Indeed, it is the first line of defense. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Marlene and Carol. So thank you for those answers. And
It also helps regulate temperature.
yes, thank you, Audrey. It definitely does. Thank you, Audrey. And as we're on the series on Fearfully and Wonderfully Made, this is the outer. The outer is what people see. The outer skin. This is what people see. This is what people see before they probably speak to us. And this is one of the largest organs. So, skin, sorry for the picture, but this comes to what Chris said regarding our first layer of defense, because if we don't have the skin, then all of our organs, and someone else mentioned it regarding it protects our organs. As you can see, it protects our veins, the blood, our organs that's within. So that's what the skin does, and it has lots of different functions. It is a stable but flexible outer covering that acts as a barrier, protecting your body from harmful things in the outside world, such as moisture, the cold, sun rays, as well as germs and toxic substances. So that's what the skin does. It protects us. So quick facts about our skin. So it's the largest organ. So it has 3 layers. Those who may have missed regarding Dr. Louise's presentation on the immune system, I think it's immune system part 2. And she talks about the skin. And we have 3 layers. We have the epidermis, the dermis, and then the hypodermis or the subcutis. So as you can see on the right-hand side, you have the skin, you have the hair follicles there, and then the 3 layers, the 3 different layers. So our skin, it accounts for 16% of one's body weight. Our skin sheds approximately 30,000 dead skin cells every minute. 30,000. And our skin, it renews itself every 28 days. Your skin is its thickest at your feet. So they say that if you're having a cold or trying to overcome something, what you can do is rub on the bottom of your feet. So as Sharon mentioned, we do essential oils. You can rub the essential oils at the bottom of your foot or feet. And then, of course, it will go through the whole system within minutes. Same as if you do the garlic test, and you rub the garlic underneath your foot, you can taste it in your mouth. So that is how amazing our body is. And your skin, it changes. Changes in your skin can sometimes signal changes in your overall health. So if you have changes in your skin, whether it's a coloration or any skin issues, it could be a sign to do your overall health. And please remember our disclaimer. So if you have any issues, please see your GP, dermatologist, whoever it may be. And some sources estimate that more than half of the dust in your home is actually dead skin. So when we see our dust in our home and we're dusting it, it could actually be your dead skin just shedding all over the place. So that's just quick facts about the skin. And it's actually, there's quite a few more facts about the skin. And that is how amazing God has created us. So we're going to talk, now this is where we're going to have a discussion about bad things for the skin. So things that can be harmful for our skin, whether it's internally or externally. But remember, whatever we put internally, it affects what's going to be externally. So inadequate water. Now this is part of one of the 8 laws of health, the New Start for water. So water, it helps to plump up the skin and helps with cell production. It also helps to produce collagen. Skin that is not hydrated wrinkles more quickly and is more susceptible to acne, infections, and other conditions. Your skin will reflect everything going on in your body and outside of your body. which means you have to take adequate measures to clean toxins from your body and protect yourself from outside harmful sources. Now we're going to talk about this shortly, about rest and exercise and pampering your skin. But when you don't drink enough water, you are more susceptible to infections, but also when it comes to the skin, you age quicker as well. So this is where we're going to have a discussion. So we're going to have just a little bit on each one. So I don't know if anyone has seen any changes in their skin when they don't drink enough water, and what it looks like after when they do drink enough water. So please unmute and to discuss regarding water. So I don't know if anyone would like to give a testimonial regarding water when they don't drink enough, and when they do drink enough, what happens? It's very quiet. Does that mean that everyone's skin is nice and plumped, or it's
Actually,
not?
let me say something.
Thank you, Carol.
Let me say something. Yeah, sorry about this. It's because I had to run upstairs.
No, it's fine.
Right. So, yes, absolutely. Hydration. I find that I've been making sure, especially summer, I mean, I usually do drink enough water, but I've been making sure that I actually getting in 2 liters of water, especially for the summer. And yes, you do notice your skin is shinier and more plumped, you know, and even people, like if your age come up, people say, oh, you don't look that age, because they're expecting wrinkles. Whereas when you're drinking loads of water, it literally irons itself out. So yeah, and I mean, it's really strange because I know that, and sometimes winter comes, I relapse to just one liter or 1.5. But then when I actually make sure that I'm doing the 2 liters for my weight and height, yeah, it makes such a difference. So yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Carol. And it does. It makes a difference in your skin when you drink enough water, and you can tell the difference when you don't drink enough water. And even overall, if it's not the skin, whether it's yourself, you're probably less irritable, less even anxious, because you're drinking more water. When you don't, then your body is trying to get that water from elsewhere, and then causing an impact on the other organs or the other parts of the body. I'm not sure if anyone else would like to say anything before I move on.
Sorry, and just one more thing, and for your memory as well.
Yes.
It helps, yeah.
Definitely. Thank you, Carol. So then we have pollution. Now, pollutants in the air, clothing, detergents, cleaning agents, soap, smoke, and other things can have harmful chemicals in them that can cause skin to be itchy, have a rash, and break out into pimples or hives, and experience other skin issues. Now, we'll talk about the cleaning and the detergents in another slide. But when it comes to pollution's in the air. Pollution is everywhere. It can come from the transport fumes, these power stations, what they release in the air. So pollution is everywhere, and this can cause irritation to the skin, and cause issues when it comes to respiratory issues internally and within the body. Yes, Sharon and Edgar.
Hi, sorry, Shirley. I wanted to respond earlier, but I wasn't able to. Yeah, you was asking about, this is to do with the previous slide with regards to drinking sufficient or insufficient. The other thing is, which is noticeable, is how dry the lips can be. I don't know if you mentioned the lips. No. Yeah, so how dry.
Sorry, no.
Yeah, it's okay, I can see you. How dry your lips can be when you don't drink enough water. I know when I was little, I used to pick the dry skin off my lips, which wasn't any, and I just noticed you just did a little kissing action to your daughter, and now you're rubbing your lips together. And it makes a big difference whether or not you've drank sufficient as well, in terms of how dry the lips can be, or, you know, how regular you have to apply lip salve. The best lip salve is to drink water.
Yes. Definitely, it is. Thank you, Sharon. Have you got anything to say regarding pollution?
I will let you go first, and then
Okay, so when it comes to
and
pollution,
everybody else, and then I'll come back if nobody speaks.
okay, thank you, Sharon. So, as I said, regarding the power stations and the fumes that's in the vehicles, this can cause irritation or respiratory issues internally, and that they do find that those who live closer to these power stations or closer to even the city, I would say, or within the city, there's more respiratory issues because of the fumes that's let off in the air. I'm not sure if anybody else would like to say anything regarding pollution or pollutants, and probably have experienced living near there in terms of their skin. Sharon?
It's not Sharon. It's
Oh, Edgar.
I think
It's okay.
I think it's important where you live. You know, obviously sometimes you don't have a choice. Well, you do have a choice, but your circumstances might reduce your choices so that you have to be in the city. But I think if you can not be in the city, it's more beneficial for your health. And even if you are in the city, then I still think it's worthwhile you going somewhere where the air is better on a regular basis. It might be that you go for a walk, you know, near a river, or you know, you go near a forest and do your exercise. Do you know what I mean? So I think you can minimize the problems of pollution, by what you do. So I think you have to manage it, and especially because the weather's warmer, we can actually say, you know what? Yes, I am gonna take that time out to go somewhere where I can get better quality air, or go somewhere where the scenery is nicer to create that environment which is good for your health.
Are you promoting come apart and rest a while? It
Yes.
sounds like it.
Yes,
To get
I
that
no, but I
fresh
am.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Edgar.
Okay.
Can I just say something about the pollute? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's
Pollutants.
fine.
I was going to say as well, do you know it's like when you're surrounded by mainly grass area and woodlands, it kind of help with the pollution. There's not so much pollution because of the trees having the oxygen. So that is, so that is really good. Like when you're around areas like when there's more forests and more trees, and that's why save the trees, people want to save the trees because of the oxygen that you get from there, and it helps with the air being clearer. So it's just something I wanted to add. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Carol. And you're right, actually, because if you look at this picture, you don't see any trees or woodland areas around it. It's just in the middle of nowhere. So yes, definitely to get out where there's woodlands, where the trees are, and just to breathe in that fresh air. So then we have stress. Now, whether it's some, whether it's half, whether it's majority of us, stress. And this can impact on our health, on our skin. So conversely, numerous studies have shown that those who practice meditation, so just relaxation, just taking time out from doing anything or any other form of deep relaxation, heal faster. So slow, deep belly breathing. We did this on our program in the early time. I think it was Natalia that did it, when she was doing breathing techniques for us to breathe and also how to breathe. And that plays an impact as well, because they say that us human people, they don't breathe properly and get that fresh oxygen. So it's important to breathe correctly. So when you do breathe, it facilitates the removal of waste through the lymphatic system And this one was another program with Noel and Marie on our TTI program. So those who may have missed it, please watch on our YouTube channel, because there's numerous of videos of some of these discussions that we're having now. We've had in more deeply on our YouTube channel in the videos. But also the increased circulation of blood promotes cell turnover and encourages the formation of collagen and elastin needed to minimize wrinkles. So when you're stressed, this is what you can do. When you stress, is just take out time, relax, breathe deeply, come apart and rest a while, and go into the trees, the hills of Kathleen Lee, and minimize that stress. Because what stress does is release the cortisol, and then it just builds up. And stress plays an impact on our health, as it's the silent killer. And what it does, is that it makes you age faster when you stress. So it's important when you are stressed just to take time out. Just take out 5 minutes a day and just think. Chris, you have your hand raised. Hand raised.
Okay, Shirley. We've
You're
got a
welcome,
question
Chris.
in the chat saying, from Veronica, Sister Veronica, saying, demo the breathing, please.
Say that again, sorry. Demo.
We've got a question.
Demo the breathing.
There's
Okay.
a demonstration of deep breathing.
So, if I can remember, it was because how we breathe sometimes like that. But when you with Dr. Louisa, when she did the presentation, the best way is actually on your bed. So when you wake up, your windows are open, you lay down, your legs are elevated, if I can remember, and then you breathe, and then you breathe out slowly. So you breathe in and then breathe out slowly, but you breathe in with when it comes to your belly. And then you breathe in and then breathe out.
Charlene?
Yeah, Sharon?
So just to clarify it a bit for some people who may be struggling. So when you breathe in, your stomach should be going out. A lot of times when you're a child and you breathe in, you take a deep breath. It's kind of like sorry, you can't see me. Maybe you don't need to see me anyway. But yeah, you take a deep breath and it's kind of like and your tummy goes in. But you don't want it to be like a shock. You want it to be a breath that your diaphragm is filling up. And as your diaphragm lowers, the alveoli in your lungs, they fill up, and you can see that from the chest expanding, the stomach going outwards. And as you breathe in,
Sharon, stand up and do a demonstration.
Oh, you mean? Oh.
No, also, let me just say
Better
this.
Sharon does it.
Let me
Do you
just
really
say
need
this.
me to stand up?
Go on, Chris.
We can't see you on your head.
You don't need to see my tummy.
Let me just say this to everybody. Yeah?
Put your hand on your tummy.
The best way to understand how to breathe correctly is just watch a baby, because they do it naturally. Yeah. So the inhale and the exhale, the diaphragm, that's how babies breathe naturally. We push up our chest, we breathe incorrectly, and we breathe too fast. But it's basically breathing in for about 4 seconds, then exhaling for about the same amount of time. I remember we did a presentation, Shirley.
We did.
On air, and we did the demonstration on that presentation, so you can always go back and watch that one on our YouTube channel.
We did, yes.
And
we have one from Natalia on there as well.
But put your hand on your own tummy. You can feel it as well. So as you breathe in, if your tummy's going out as you breathe in, then that's good. And as you breathe back out, the tummy should go back in, and you should be able to feel that on your own body. Yeah. But thank you very much, Chris. You got me out that one.
So I'm not sure if anyone would like to say anything regarding when it comes to stress and how that impacted on their body. You don't have to. Or if you know anyone when it comes to stress and how it impacts on their system.
So I was going to say, years ago when I used to work in the health service, most illnesses are stress related. And those days they didn't really understand what stress was. You know, they didn't really. We use the word stress more these days, and we use the word mental health more these days than they did like kind of years ago. So a lot of people had loads of illnesses which were stress related, but they didn't realize it was stress related because there was more, we could say more stress because, you know, women relied on, say, their partners or whatever, you know, to work. Then they had a lot more children and stuff like that, and running a home and everything. So a lot of people actually died younger as a result of that. And that's why they say now more people are living longer, even though people are still stressed, but they know that exercise releases that. And being able to, you know, travel, just have some quiet time away, you know, people could do it more now. And that's what stress, if you're stressed, helps with, because sometimes you're stressed, you don't realize you're stressed till when you start seeing the symptoms, and you're thinking, well, what is that? And then you realize, oh yeah, it's stress. And then it's not until when, like you said, like relaxation, going away, you know, and exercising really releases stress. And sometimes people say, oh, but I exercise because my job, I'm up and down. But that's not exercise. Do you understand? So
Yes.
sometimes, yeah, you still need exercise in a way of maybe walking, riding your bike, where you just relax and free your mind, you know? Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Carol. So we'll come to poor nutrition now. And it's not something we haven't heard about before, but fats, refined flour, highly processed foods can all irritate our skin. It can cause breakouts on the skin, as well as break down the elastin and the collagen you need to keep your skin looking younger. So this is a health tip here, but we're not going to go into this now. We're going to go into it later. But yes, poor nutrition can cause issues on the skin. And we're going to go into that more when it comes to the health tips. So can anyone say as why fats, refined flour, and highly processed foods can cause this issue? Can it cause an issue?
Definitely. It sucks you out, isn't it?
It does.
Doesn't put no nutrition in your body,
does.
and it just absorbs it, just sucks you out, where you're not getting the nutrition in your body, basically.
Yes, definitely. What it does, it's greasy foods and greasy foods and fats that's not supposed to be in the body can cause the breakouts, the acne, oily skin, all sorts of issues internally, cholesterol, heart disease. So all these things that we've spoken about throughout the 2 years, we've spoken about poor nutrition. So now we're going to come to another big culprit, sugar. So sugar, they say that sugar is like a drug. And sugar gets its own category because it not only causes as much damage to the cardiovascular system and consequently to the skin as smoking and fatty foods, but also because it causes a process known as glycation, which damages the collagen. And the collagen is needed, like the protein, to keep our skin firm and elasticated. The substance that supports skin and prevents wrinkles. In other words, sugar actually attaches to our collagen, makes it crispy instead of supple, and leads to a dry, cracked, sagging, and aged complexion. Now that's sugar. And this is something that quite a lot of us may like, is sugar. Some of us have to cut down on sugar or even not use sugar at all because of what it does to our skin, or even internally as well, as I said, cardiovascular issues. So sugar, I'm going to open this up to you and ask, has anyone used sugar a lot and saw breakouts and so forth on their skin or issues internally, but then once they've cut out of sugar, what happened?
I've noticed with children when they have too much sugar, how they're bounced about, or it affects them.
Thank you, Marlene. Yes. So you mean when kids have too much sugar and they're hyper?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're hyper, so they become just all over the place, just
And
too much sugar.
and adults can be moody.
That is true, Carol. Yes. Yeah. So, and even for and maybe some of the ladies with the sugar, it helps them lift them up again. So sugar is a can be a culprit to our health and how we behave. Sister Audrey?
Yeah, can I add that it also reduces immune system
Yes, it does.
tend to break out in all sorts of skin conditions because you don't fight the infections, the bacteria and everything that goes on. And it's also even amazingly cancer, even with cancer.
Yes. Because it
Sugar,
beats it.
yes,
Yes.
food. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Audrey. Definitely. Definitely. It can cause a lot of damage, sugar. It can cause a lot of damage internally and externally. Sharon, did you want to say something? Or Edgar? You had your hand
Yeah,
raised.
it's me.
Mhm.
I think it's worth dwelling a little bit on the aspect of sugar. And when we say sugar, I believe that sugar and fat, they're like brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
So I think the impact on both of those can have a real impact on your body. But I can only speak for myself, and I would say that I love sweet things, and to a degree, I would say that it's in God's order that we have sweet things, but not unnaturally, but we should have it naturally.
With true temperance.
Because, if you think about all the different things that sugar is in, should you not have sugar? Now, I'm not talking about the white sugar,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm saying sugar in the sense of, what do you call it? Complexed
Yeah. Sorry.
carbohydrates. You with
Yes.
me? If you
Yes.
think about it, I believe that it's not that sugar is bad, but it's how we're having the sugar. And if we have like a rethink of how we're having sugar now, there's a big industry where this industry promotes sugar. You have like chocolate bars. I'm not even going to mention the name of the industry, but you see, like even like biscuits, and where a lot of white sugars is being used, and we know and we agree that sugar is addictive. But I think that the issue is not that it's addictive, but we're not having it in the right form. And the right form is it should be complex sugar. So Shirley, could you kind of allude a bit more to that?
Can I just say something? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Is it right to just say something quickly?
No, say something, Carol.
Yeah. In regards to this sugar we're talking about, that's like man-made sugar. Yeah, the white sugar. Now, I always say, sometimes, like I say to my husband, God, he's so good. He knows what our body require and he treats us. So when you think about sweet things, we can go to dates, we can go to these other sort of fruits that gives us the fructose sugar that we require for our body. And not only it's sweet, right? It has medicinal effects on your body and nutrition. So our body's made that, yes, we require sweet things. Even the fruit is sweet. A lot of time, if we taste fruit bad, we say, oh, that ain't sweet enough. So obviously God has made us in that way where our palates do and our body do require sweet things. but it's in a natural way, like natural sweetness. Like, as I said, you have the dates, you have the, what's that other one with the bits in it, apart from fruits, the sweet, what's it called? There's this other thing. Oh, I forgot.
Figs.
But figs. Yeah, you got the figs. Yeah, with the fiber and all these stuff. And I even said, man, if I was around all these stuff, like the fruits, the sweet, all these stuff, I wouldn't even think about, I mean, I have honey, but I wouldn't even think about, oh, I want to go and get a biscuit, even though I don't really eat biscuits, right? But I wouldn't think about it. It would be like I'm satisfied because of all the natural sweetness around that God has made for us. Also, it does good for our bodies. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you. There's 2 hands raised. Sharon and Edgar, and then I'll go to Naturally Mine.
Yeah, thank you. And we do need sugar, obviously, for energy, because if you think about how our cells work, it breaks down the sugar, and then we get the adenosine triphosphate, which gives us the energy, and we get water being given off as a byproduct, etc. Okay, but going back to the chat, because there have been a few comments in the chat, Shirley. So I just wanted to bring that in. In the earlier slide, you was asking what is the issue with fat and skin, and then what I put in the chat was what goes in has to come out. Remember, we said the skin is an organ of excretion. So, you know, if you're eating lots of crisps and chips, which, you know, might taste nice in the mouth, but it's got to come out some way, you know, and the skin is one way how you can get rid of all the excess oil. But then you get, is it sebaceous glands or something like that? You get an excess of secretion. Oops, I was supposed to put my camera on. I'll make sure I do the right thing. Yeah, you're supposed to, yeah, one way to get rid of the excess is for the skin to erupt, you know, and that's not the best way, but that's what the body will do if you're not getting rid of it through drinking sufficient water to get it out, although fat isn't that soluble. So, but the other things coming up in the chat though is in relation to that, so I'll just read them off for you, Shirley.
Okay, thank you.
She says, okay, so yeah, so some Naturally Mine, fats can cause issues with the skin being oily, and it can also support cancer. So you don't want to feed the cancer. And she also said sugar is an acidic chemical. So moving on to the sugar, she said it's an acidic chemical. And then somebody else says, as we get older, we lose collagen. So what do you recommend to use to combat the decreased collagen? So that was one question by Survivor G. As we're
going to come back to that one.
Okay. And I was also going to say something about water and aging, because I'll just say it now. You know, if you think of a grape, it's nice and plump, and as the grape ages, it becomes more like a raisin. It loses water. It gets a bit more wrinkly. Maybe you think that may be a bit too blunt to say, you know, we end up looking like raisins as we age, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we need to drink more. And then Colin says the skin is indeed an excretory organ, including the secretion of urea. Okay, because that gets secreted from our skin as well, not just fat. It's also, and you know, when we sweat, it's also the largest organ of the human body, hence why it's very significant. Definitely, carefully and wonderfully made. Naturally Mine says sugar is a hormone disruptor. That's a good point. So once your hormones go off balance, you will see it in your skin quite often. Well, you might feel it in other parts of your body as well. Okay, Veronica says, is Sucanat good? It's unrefined natural cane sugar. It has antioxidants, molasses, and minerals. So is Sucanat good? I'm not sure if that's a question, because just by what you've put there, Veronica, sounds like it's good. It sounds like you've answered your own question. It's unrefined, it's natural cane sugar, it has antioxidants and molasses. And I can't say I know about Sucanat. Do you, Edgar?
It's good.
Okay, he said it's good. Okay, it sounds good.
Always better.
Shirley, what do you know about Sucanat?
I haven't heard of it, I don't think.
Okay, and the chat is still going on. Stress is linked to cortisol production, which is linked to increased sugar production, decreased immunity, and reduced production of collagen and elastin. In short, stressed people, or more to the point, people who allow themselves to be stressed, look old before their time. Yeah, and I see that quite often when we get patients coming into. I work in NHS in a hospital, and when we see the ages of some patients, and we've never met them before, and they walk in, you're thinking, okay, I'm actually older than that patient, but you wouldn't know just by looking at them because they've had a stressful life. They've had lots of ailments, and they do look very well aged. So yes, stress can definitely make you look older. And thank you. It is a question as compared to others. So Sukanat, is it good? Okay, Shirley's not heard of it. I've not heard of it. Maybe someone else can throw out a response. And Audrey says refined sugar is the culprit. Natural sugar from fruit is what God recommended. So if Sukanat is natural sugar, it must be much better than unnatural. And Survivor says it's better. However, even good should be in moderation. And that is so true. True temperance. The good stuff you have in moderation. I think that's covered everything in the chat, Shirley.
Yes.
And then you had a hand to respond to.
Naturally mine.
Hi, happy Sabbath, guys.
Hello, happy Sabbath.
I was just going to add to the statement that I made earlier on about the fats being a problem for the body, but they're also needed because you have fats that can support health. And
sorry, can you just speak a bit closer to the mic, please? We're struggling to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. So basically, you've got fats that heal the body and fats that cause degeneration in the body, i.e., kill the body. So the body can't use them, so it clogs up the system or it stops different processes. But you do need certain kinds of fats, just like with amino acids and sugars. There are 8 essential sugars that the body can't do without. You can go your whole life without eating a spoonful of sugar or a drop of sugar from any type of food, but your body will get the essential sugars that it needs from the amino acids and stuff like that, and they call them glyconutrients. So they're essential sugars that the body cannot do without. So not all sugars are equal, because obviously if you've got diabetes and you're eating foods which are rich in sugars, or you're drinking juices that are rich in sugars, then you're putting that sugar into the blood, and then the body has to place it in the cells for energy, etc. But then that type of sugar is sugar that you use to burn energy, but your body needs sugars for metabolic processes, which are the glyconutrients, and that's for cells at cellular level. Your body needs certain types of sugars, which it gets from amino acids and proteins. So if you're lacking in those, then you'll get metabolic processes which cause diseases from even lower down in the system. So from a cellular point, you will be deficient, and then leave the door open for disease.
Thank you, Naturally Mine. Very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.
Say that again, sorry.
His name is Richard. I said, thank you, Richard.
Yes,
Richard. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Richard. So it will come to the statement of what Audrey said, is that it's the refined sugars that are the issue and what causes the problem. Colin says, in a study like this, it is important to consider what causes diuresis, loss of water from the body, such as tea, coffee, cola, and alcohol, which is true. And the thing is, we can go through sugar as it's quite a deep topic when it comes to sugar. I think we can even be here for the rest of our program talking about sugar and the problems that it causes when it comes to our system, the body that God has given to us. But it is important, Colin. So I'm thinking maybe we can even touch on sugar for our next topic.
Shirley,
Because yes, Edgar.
I think we should do sugar at some point. I think because everybody's affected, and either you will use sugars that are unnatural, or you'll use complex sugars. But everybody needs sugars, and I think it's a topic that we should jump into. And even if you think about those that have got diabetes and so on, you know, even if you have diabetes, do you stop using sugar?
And like one person said, you know, I might not like the cakes and the pastry, you know, the cakes and the sweets, but I eat but I eat a good amount of yam and dasheen and banana and plantain and all of those things. They get converted to sugar. To glucose anyway. So
yes,
yeah,
it's
someone
true.
just said it. I've had yam today. Everything in moderation. Yam is good for hormones. Yes, that is true. That is true.
So we can go on for sugar. So just watch this space in TTI and we'll see if we can have sugar and just talk about sugar as one of our program and one of our presentations.
Yeah, definitely. We've opened up a lively discussion in the chat. I can't keep up with it now.
Definitely. But we're going to go on to lack of sleep. Because lack of sleep, so inadequate sleep produces excess cortisol, which is a hormone that hinders the ability of skin cells to renew themselves. So they say 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night is optimal. Now, if you don't sleep enough, then what happens to your skin? Your skin may become dry, then you have the eye bags, then you have dark circles underneath your eyes, and then your skin just starts to, then you, as we was talking about earlier, your skin starts to age quicker because of the lack of sleep. So lack of sleep externally, but it also has an impact internally. Because of course, when we come to sleep, again, it's on our YouTube channel, True Temperance International, regarding sleep, that if we don't sleep during the times that we should sleep, or if we don't sleep enough, then it causes problems within our system where your body's supposed to be resting, where it's releasing toxins, where you're able to, where the body repairs itself. If we're not doing that and your body's not repairing itself, then it's unable to repair, whether you're falling sick, if you're sick, to repair and heal, or whether it's externally for your skin to regenerate. So I'm not sure if anyone would like to touch on lack of sleep. We won't touch on it as much as sugar, but we'll touch on just a little bit regarding lack of sleep. How has anybody felt when they don't sleep enough or on time?
Yeah, it's me again. Sorry. I'm on form today. I didn't go to church today. The other last week when you were there, I was at church, so I couldn't come on, you know. Anyway, sorry, sleep. Yes, apparently sleep, obviously we're supposed to go to bed within, is it from 10 to the next time, rather than making it up from 12. I know that I'm a sleeper. I do 8-9 hours sleep, and I generally like to get into bed like 10 by 10. Late it should be 11 o'clock, but usually if it's 11, I feel a bit disorientated. So that's what lack of sleep does. The next day makes you feel a bit disorientated. Like you said, you look in the mirror, your skin isn't all that, especially when you're a mature person. You can't afford to not have sleep. And it just makes you just really lack of energy as well, and moody. It can have that effect as well.
Yeah. Yes, definitely moody and irritability. So definitely when it comes to lack of sleep, Richard, naturally mine, says skin loses its elasticity as well. I'm assuming in terms of lack of sleep, so the skin loses its elasticity as well, and when we do not sleep enough or on time. I'm just checking the chat. And yes, dark circles under the eye. So those who may be suffering with dark circles underneath the eye, go to sleep. Try that. Go to sleep Massage your eyes here with maybe aloe vera, and then just rest. Go to sleep on time. As Carol said, around 10, do your pamper session, what you need to do, and then go to sleep. And that will help with the dark circles underneath your eyes. So lack of exercise as well. So exercise, we talked about this earlier, it bathes the skin with oxygen-rich blood, facilitating the turnover of old skin cells and promoting the growth of newer cells. So in addition, it promotes the circulation of the lymphatic fluid, which is the body's way of removing waste and delivering nutrients. So when you exercise, then you're promoting the circulation, letting the blood go to all the cells where it needs to go, removing the waste and delivering the nutrients where it's needed. Any type of exercise is good for your skin, even if it's a brisk walk. So those who don't exercise, or lack of exercise, not enough, then it causes issues where it comes to cellulite, when it comes to this, the muscle in the body, your muscles, it's not as plump or anything like that when you don't exercise enough. So I'm not sure. We're going to have a quick discussion on lack of exercise and how does people feel when they do exercise, or how do you feel when you don't exercise? Because it's important, especially when it comes to mental health, as this is on the rise as well, mental health. They say that exercise helps. It helps to keep you focused. It helps to take your mind away from all the stresses of life. So how do people feel when they do exercise, and how do you feel when you don't exercise? So this is to the floor. Well, this is one of the health laws.
So me.
Hello. Carol's talking, but Colin says exercise gives your skin a nice glow, and Sharon did as well, and it sure does. It makes your skin glow because the blood is just pumping, and you can just see it. What's the word? Rosy in your cheeks.
And also it stops you from being irritated as well. Like, during shutdown, I remember I started to get a bit irritable because it's the first time I was actually off work for a little while. And that's when they were talking about not going out. Even though I kind of went out, I had to go out and walk because you start to feel a bit irritable being in and not having that exercise where you're used to going out every day to work and stuff. So that's the problem that you can have as well, being irritable as well.
Yes, thank you, Carol. It can make you quite irritable, and Naturally Mind says it helps to promote the lymphatic system. So exercise is important, and it helps, and it's important when it comes to our skin, externally, internally. So poor cleansing routine. So when it comes to even for our skincare, gentler is generally better. So don't use in harsh scrubs on your face, but cleansing your face daily, because we were talking about pollution earlier. And of course, we're outside, we'll go out, and the pollution, our skin, as we said, is the largest organ. So whatever touches the skin, it gets absorbed into the skin and into our system. So it's good to cleanse our skin daily, to remove those environmental pollutants that you're exposed to every day. Harsh exfoliants can strip the skin of its natural moisture. So exfoliation is good, but not too hard and not harsh exfoliants, as this can strip the skin of its natural moisture. Don't forget to hydrate the skin after cleansing, and with a cream or a lotion, moisturize the skin. Don't leave it dry. And then also help lock in the moisture from our natural oils in our skin. Moisturizing alone can work wonders for improving the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles as well. So this is ways that you can do to help your skin. So as I said, with the dark circles around the eyes, maybe use aloe vera underneath the eyes to help with the dark circles. If you have an acne, cleanse your skin. Cleanse the skin daily, not using harsh chemicals on the skin. to help take out those impurities, clay masks, to help take out the toxins that's within. But of course, it's always internally coming out. So do your juicing, drink your water, do your daily exercises, and this will help to remove the toxins within that may be causing these issues. So does anyone have anything to say regarding pore cleansing routine? Does anyone do actually, we'll talk about that in a minute, because we're going to do some tips to help other people that may be struggling, and when it comes to skincare, or whether it comes to the fats, the natural fats, that's good for the skin, and also what you found, what type of exercises you may do that you may find that's better. So we're going to do some tips that can help others.
Sorry.
Say that again, Carol.
I've got one tip, and it's something that I've tried.
Hold the tip, Carol.
All right then. I'm so excited today. All right, I will do.
Hold it 1 minute. 1 minute. Just hold it. We're just going to go to the next one. And these are some of the toxic chemicals to avoid. So now we're talking about skincare, just on this slide, when it comes to harmful chemicals that can harm the skin. So we have the 10 most common toxic chemicals in products to avoid. So we have the phthalates, the parabens, the lead, the BPAs, the dioxane, the SLS, which is the sodium lauryl sulfate, so the sulfates, PVC, we have the triclosan, oxybenzone, and I'm sorry everyone, I'm not going to attempt these two words, but these two at the bottom. So these are the 10 most common toxic chemicals to avoid, and they cause all sorts of issues internally and externally. So they can be an irritation to the skin. Some people may use a product and they have a rash on their skin, or internally, and it may cause them respiratory issues. So what toxic chemicals is your body absorbing? We mentioned earlier that our body is the largest organ. So what is your body absorbing? So we absorb up to 60% of what we put on our skin. And children's bodies absorb 40 to 50% more than adults. So they are actually at higher risk for diseases later in life when exposed to toxins, so these toxic chemicals that we may use as adults in the home around them. So health issues, we have skin allergies, we have cancer, infertility. Infertility is actually quite high. Birth defects, we have reproductive problems and learning disabilities. So these are issues that are linked to toxic chemicals in the body that we're using, whether it's household products, body products, even furniture, because furniture has chemicals within as well. So it's important for us to learn what these chemicals, these toxic chemicals are, that we're able to somewhat avoid.
Oh.
Did you say, oh, Carol?
No, I realised my mute was on when I was saying about church Bible studies. Shame.
Oh, no, we didn't hear you.
Oh, good.
No, we didn't hear you.
Good. I'm talking to my husband, sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. So harmful chemicals are found in our shampoos, as I said, body products, conditioners, skin creams, toothpaste, household cleaning products, air fresheners. Now, some of us love our air fresheners. We're spraying it all over the place to make our house smell nice. We've actually ditched the air fresheners now, and we use our diffusers with our oils, or we make our own spray just to cleanse the atmosphere, the environment. But air fresheners, the plugins, the ones that you spray, them what's it called? Them reed things. Is it reed? Them stick things that come out of them bottles. Reed diffusers, those things, because you don't know what's in there, and it's going into your, if it's your home, your office space, church space, wherever you may be, it's going into the atmosphere, and then of course you're breathing it in, causing respiratory issues, causing skin irritations. So these are all chemicals that we must be aware of and know what they are so that we can try to avoid it as best as we can. Even candles. Now, quite a lot of us may love our candles, but what's in the candle that you're letting off into the air? There was someone that when I was doing when I did a program presentation, they didn't realize regarding candles, because candles, the product that they're using, it was giving them respiratory issues because, of course, you're breathing it in, the fumes that's going into the air, and then they're having respiratory issues. And they didn't realize it was to do with the candle. And as soon as the candle went and they're using the diffuser, it just drops. They were fine when it comes to the respiratory issue. Sharon and Edgar, not sure which one.
It's just Sharon now. Edgar's on his device. And
Oh.
he's on the move, but he's tuning in. But yes,
Okay.
I found it interesting that you mentioned the candles, because quite often, yes, you do have the fumes when you're burning the candles. You know, sometimes they even give off dark smoke. But there's the other thing that's out now, which is melts. You get wax melts.
Yes.
So some people will say, well, I've got the wax melts. You're not seeing fumes given off, but obviously something's given off. Otherwise, you wouldn't use them, because you want them to smell. So the smell is coming off, but I don't know what's in. I mean, okay, I've got a packet upstairs. I'll have to dig that out and see what are the ingredients in the wax melts, because some would say they're healthier than the candles, because you're no longer having to burn them. You just warm them up and then they give off an aroma. But it'd be worth looking to see what chemicals are actually in the products. And one thing we did with this before was when we did a essential oils class, remember, Shirley, we asked people to just go and find a cleaning product in your house, pick and bring it to the Zoom device, whatever you're on, and then look at the ingredients on the back and see if you can see any of these chemicals, the toxic chemicals in the product. And that was a really interesting exercise to do. Maybe we could even do it set it as a challenge for people.
Yes, definitely.
You know, look at cleaning products around your house. Do you have anything that's toxic and that's harmful to your skin? Because you're absorbing that. Not only you, everybody in the house.
And as you said, the children absorb more.
Exactly.
So if you have children in the home, we have to be mindful. Thank you, Sharon.
And there's some really good points in the chat as well, but there's so many. One thing I will mention that's in the chat is a really quick one. Veronica said we can use plants to clean the air, and that's a good one.
I think aloe vera is one, and there's the aloe vera, and is it the spider plant? Is it the there's another one, I can't remember what it's called now.
Mother-in-law tongue. The mother-in-law tongue is good for oxygen in the house. Mother-in-law tongue plant. It's called the snake plant. It's also known as the mother-in-law. Sorry, mother-in-law tongue.
Mother-in-law. Thank you, Carol.
Yeah, no worries. Sorry, my hands was up as well. I was just going to say, sorry, in regards to the scented candles, I thought that people weren't really supposed to be using those no more because of the toxicity in it. However, I was going to suggest some oils as well. Even yourself was selling oils like lavender, you've got tea tree oil, you've got certain oils that is lovely for the aroma. So those things that you use, like with the little tea candle underneath water and drops of oil, that's what I use. And it's brilliant throughout the place. And I'm mindful that I'm not inhaling any toxin. And as I said, I thought scented candles, it has been said that people shouldn't really be burning those now. Yeah.
They still have them.
Wow.
They still sell them.
Yeah, they still sell them.
It's still a big industry.
Wow.
And the wax melts.
Yeah. So we have to be mindful of these nice smelly things that smells nice, and these air fresheners that smell nice, and so forth.
Also, with the toxin chemicals, they got the eco-friendly things that they sell in the shops as well for cleaning, which has the toxin in it. You know, the eco is a green bottle. Yeah, they've got those as well. If anyone was interested in looking for things that didn't have toxic chemicals. Yeah, they've
Yes.
got cleaning products in Eco, it's called. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you. I'm just going to go through thank you, Carol. So Carol said what you said, Carol, the snake plant, and also the spider plant. And one thing Richard said, which is very true, I mentioned this on Thursday, was you don't use hot water to wash your face. You use tepid water to wash your face to protect the natural oils and to produce the pores. So thank you, Richard, for that. And then to moisturize with a the correct product. And also, Richard said, industry wants us to work from outside in for good skin, but good skin promotion starts from within rather than outside. So essential fatty acids are so essential. The body uses the skin as an elimination channel, which is true. So it's eliminating what it doesn't want within. Now, this is just a journal that I came across, and when I read it, I was like, very interesting, and it was nice. I wanted to share it with you all. So it says skin safety and health prevention. Now, cosmetic products contain a wide range of chemicals to which we are exposed to every day. So the products that we're using. The aim of the study was to determine the presence of potential dangerous substances which can cause adverse health effects by examining product labels. As a result of what explained, it is evident how, through the use of cosmetics, most people are exposed worldwide to a variety of potentially harmful substances. Although the amounts may be small and their effects sometimes poorly understood, continuous exposure to a mix of these chemicals over long periods could have consequences for the health and well-being of people and society. Actually, the current legislation takes these risks into account, and many substances are subject to a threshold concentration, but there is a potential cocktail effect due to the utilization of combined products during the daytime. In addition, the same substance can be found in more than one product and can derive from different sources. Additive effect. And I thought to share that with everyone on here regarding this journal that I came across, because what struck me was the cocktail effect about products that we may be using, although it's small, that it can be a cocktail effect when you're using it with other products or using it for a long period of time. So like the SLS, the sodium lauryl sulfate, the sulfates, not harming us now, but then later on, exposed to it for a very long time, may cause an issue. Naturally, so Richard, you have your hands up.
Yeah. I was gonna say that with regards to our bodies being exposed to different chemicals, well, you did mention at the beginning of the session that our body, our skin breathes. So when you think about being in the workplace and you're subject to air conditioning or climate control in the workplace, that is have taken its toll on the skin. And then if you're using chemical based creams and stuff like that, industry already know that even though they've got a threshold on certain creams, no matter who produces them, they know that prolonged use of the cream can have a devastating effect on your skin, although it's incremental. But the first place that you see damage to your skin or you see the aging process is basically the face, because the face is the most sensitive and the most easiest, well, the most finished part of your you call it your body or your anatomy, that you see those changes. So using things like I don't know how many of our people in this group use suntan lotion. You call it because they believe that it protects them from the sun. But again, industry, and I'm not beating down on industry. Well, I am, but I'm not intentionally. But industry know that a lot of the things that we use, even your windows, are made by industry, and they block the good rays from the sun. Your sun is your natural doctor. So when you go out in the sun, industry doesn't want you to go out in the sun in your natural self, because some people overdo it. They don't hydrate. They don't use natural oils. They use synthetic oils. They use suntan lotions, and then they spend a whole day under the sun cooking like a breadfruit. And then when they burn, get brown or get some sort of coloring or whatever, to them it's good, but then they end up with diseases and stuff. So all I wanted to highlight was that cosmetics cause damage to your skin if they're not natural. You don't need them, really and truly. Makeup, foundations, have mercy. Makeup foundations does even more damage to your skin because it clogs up your pores, causes your aging process. It looks like it delays it, but when you remove it, it actually shows you how much it's actually pulled your skin away. And even some good oils, olive oil is a good oil, but you never use olive oil on your face because it's too heavy. So you'd use coconut and argan oil and cocoa, jojoba oils and all those kind of oils. So people should be hopefully aware of staying away from industry when it comes to using a natural source of skin cleaning, skin feeding, skin nourishing health or whatever. So let me shut up now and give the mic back to you. Good night.
Thank you so much, Richard. What you're saying is correct, 100% correct, and I think you opened up the platform. So got hands up. So Carol, and then to Edgar.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I just want to reiterate what Richard was saying about the coconut oil. That's what I was going to get to, because that was the trick as well. If you put some coconut, the real coconut oil on your a tissue, not a tissue, what's it called? A bud, yeah? And you cleanse your face, even after you wash your face with whatever you're going to wash your face, you still see the dirt come off. So it just shows you how good the coconut is. Anyone ever try? When you think your face is clean, you just wipe the coconut over your face, man, and it's still dirty. So I've discovered how great coconut is. So I use it and I massage it in, and it doesn't clog your pores. So, you know, when Richard touched on the coconut, and also I believe it's good for like a protector for the sun. But, you know, as Richard said as well, it's just what you put in water and everything. That's a natural protector. I realized I wrote in the chat as well in regards to the suntan lotion. A lot of them are cancer causing. I remember having a facial, and one of the ladies, a black lady, and she said to me, "Oh, make sure you protect your skin by using the SP30 is good for going out there." And I remember she gave me expensive thing I tried and everything, and it just irritate my skin. So then I thought, why am I using that? This thing that's protecting my skin, the SP20 or 30, and I'm thinking, so what's in that substance that we can't have naturally? So then, as I said, my go-to is the coconut, and honestly, I've seen that it makes such a difference, and it's just natural. So yeah, so I just thought I'd mention that.
Thank you, Carol, and that is probably another topic that we need to discuss as well, because I know it's the question of suntans and being out in the sun. So we can even another time can talk about even products. So we'll have Carol on, we'll have Richard on for the next one when it comes to products of what to use. Edgar, you have your hand up.
Hello, just a quick one. I've got a question, and that is, I don't know, in my traveling, maybe I've missed it. So if it's been brought up, forgive me. What about soap? Using soaps, because obviously a lot of people use soaps every day, and you know the industry will promote certain soaps and say that these are good. But are these soaps good? Do they clog your system, and are they, acidy or alkaline-y? I don't know. What kind of soaps?
Irritants.
And I know that some have a lot of problems with their skin, and could it be the soap that's causing the problem?
Okay, I was just going to say, I remember there was a Jacqueline I think she done one of your program, Jacqueline, who makes facial soap, and somebody, few people kind of bought it and they swear by it because of the natural substance in the soap. You know, basically, I know there's one soap that someone recommended to me called Oilatam, which is very good, but it doesn't clean your skin because, as I said, after I do the coconut, I found my skin is quite still dirty. But however, I have like one of those microbolic scrub, which is from Dermalogical, which is the best stuff I ever use. You just use a little, and you could use it daily like a face wash, and that really cleanses and it doesn't irritate your skin, but it's very expensive. But that's the only thing that I find that is good on my skin. However, I've questioned a few people on one of the health chat, and they said that they don't use anything on their skin to cleanse it, no soap or nothing. But I feel for myself, my skin will be dirty because I would see when I do cleanse it, a lot of, you know, debris, and you see the cotton wool with dirt in it. Like, so I don't know how people can't wouldn't cleanse their face with something. But as I said again, there was a Jacqueline, I forgot her last name. I thought she may have been on one of these programs, but she actually makes soap, and she makes it with natural ingredients, and that also cleanses as well. So I guess you can have certain soaps that are quite good and don't irritate your skin, but some people also use gel and this new cleansing water that just gone in the chat. I've tried one of that before, the cleansing water. So yeah, there's all different things, you know, depends what you feel irritate your skin or not. But there's a lot of natural products that people sell in natural shops. Yeah.
Well, we are familiar with Jackie. She has been on not on TTI. She's been on another platform, and we've heard her. But we also have Charlene also, who makes her own soaps as well. Charlene.
Lovely. There you go, Charlene.
So, but yeah.
Oh, lovely.
But in terms of the soap irritation, it's not only the soap that you use to wash your body with, but also the soap powders or soap products that you use to wash your clothes with. They can also cause an irritation because obviously the clothes, whether it's your bed sheets or your t-shirts or your underwear, you know, those things are going to be in contact with the skin as well, and they can cause skin eruptions. But yeah, Charlene, did you want to address that issue that Edgar rose about soaps and irritants?
As we mentioned, some of the soaps from the previous slide. I'm reading the chat.
I know there's some.
My thing's not going back now.
There's some good comments on the chat.
There is. Oh, there we go. So, some of the soaps will have the SLS, the sodium lauryl sulfate, or the sodium laureth sulfate, or they'll have the parabens in there, and these can cause, especially the SLS, will cause drying effect to the skin. But what I was reading on the chat was from Richard regarding the caustic acid that can be drying to the skin as well. So it depends on the ingredients that's in there, Edgar, that can cause a drying effect. But also it could be, even if they don't use that, it can even be used. It can even be the oils that they're using. Is it good oil or is it not good oil? So yeah, we might say, oh, we see tea tree in there, and yes, I'm going to use tea tree, but is it good tea tree? Or you may see coconut oil in there, but then is it good coconut? So it depends on what the ingredients are, what ingredients are in the product itself that can cause an issue, cause the drying effect on the skin.
So what would you suggest as a good recommendation?
Make your own. No, but you can get some good products out there. You can get some good products that you can use that can help with the drying of the skin. But I find also, although you may use a product on your skin, it may be good, but then, you know, when you finish washing your face or you're bathing your skin and you're coming out the shower or finish washing your face, and then some people dry their skin totally before they put moisturizer on, and then they're removing the water. But when you keep the water on your skin and just damp it, just keep your skin damp and then apply the moisturizer, it helps tremendously when it comes to the skin. So you can either drink more water and hydrate your skin, hydrate your system, but also when you're washing your face or when you're coming out the shower or bath, dampen your skin. Don't dry it totally, and then you add the moisturizer. Add a nice oil to it. Add your moisturizer when it comes to your face, and that will help to lock in the moisture. That helps.
That's good.
Or what you
So
could do also is exfoliate as well.
okay. So is there a soap that you would recommend, or you don't want to commit yourself to
Even for the dry skin.
that? Yes, and not necessarily just for dry skin, but just to improve your skin, a soap that's not gonna, dry out, or might make you feel less comfortable. Just a good product. I mean, you might say, I don't know, coconut soap. I don't know. I'm just saying, what would you suggest? Charcoal
I can't
soap. I
really.
don't know.
That's John. Yeah, Jonathan in the background. Yeah, charcoal. Richard said charcoal face mask. Argan jojoba oil is really good because jojoba is similar to when it comes to our skin.
And is there a soap out there that you can get like that?
I'm not sure, Edgar. I have no clue.
You can get African black soap.
Oh, African black soap, Richard said.
Yeah, but different people have different tolerances to, because even though you're using you might use a natural oil. Some people can't use coconut oil in their hair because they say it dries their hair out, or if they use it on their skin, then they find that it causes dryness in their skin. So you have to experiment and even sometimes mix some oils to get a nice blend to see what you like. Because remember, you've got carrot oil, which you can use in your hair. You've got like you call it, some seeds which are broken down, and the oils from those seeds,
Vitamin E.
yeah, you can use those for skin issues. Many people have eczema, light eczema, and they're scared to use oils, but they will still run to go and use not vitamin E, the what's that white cream that they get from the
And
doctor?
E45.
Is it the
E45.
emollient that they rub all over their skin at night? Kind of
Okay.
like mummify themselves with it, in the
Yeah.
hope that it will help them. But what that does is it does moisturize it for the short term, but it's drying. It's still drying. So the thing is, what at one point I wanted to mention before I said anything at all is, if you have an issue with the skin, the first place to look at is your blood. Whatever is going on in your blood will manifest itself in your skin. So
Mm.
if you have fungal growths on your skin, you have eczema on your skin, you have boils or bumps or skin tags or eczema, and anything that's occurring on your skin, the first place to look at is your blood. And if you're looking at your blood, then you have to look at what you're eating. And if you have to look at what you're eating, is it promoting life or is it promoting death, slow death?
Mm.
If it's
Mm.
promoting life, then you probably need to find a different one that will help to regenerate your skin quicker. If you're promoting death and you're eating Five Guys, KFCs, and all these other foods or whatever, your body is constantly fighting to keep your skin, to keep your body um, above water. It's treading water. The minute that you overpower it, your skin will your skin will sag. You will lose collagen. You will lose elasticity. You'll find that you're sweating. You'll find that you're losing moisture. And if you're losing moisture in your sleep, then basically losing moisture through your skin at night, if you're sweating a lot, you can end up with you call it substandard skin. So you have to be a detective and look at your own self and see what product is good for you. Because although we're all looking to use healthy stuff, because our diet and our lifestyle is all at different places, you using a good quality skin care product or a good quality food product might not benefit you because your body is still impacted with bad health. So you have to everybody's on their own journey, and they need to find what works with them and then upgrade as time goes on.
Mm. You made a good point there, though, when you're talking about when you're sleeping as well, because you made me think about the when you're excreting when you sleep. But if you've got your pillow and you've been using that same pillow for days, and you're sleeping, you've put the products on your face, you think, okay, I'm ready for bed now. I've moisturized, I've done cleansed, I've exfoliated and all of those things. Then I go and put my face on that pillow.
Yep.
That's not clean. You're just bringing in another toxic soup into the freshly cleansed face, and you might have forgotten to close the pores.
Exactly. And the thing as well is, if you're sleeping on your bed and you're using, some people use what do you call those things, duvets throughout the whole year, and that doesn't allow your skin to breathe, because most covers for duvets, they're not 100% cotton. If you've got a lightweight one and you're using a natural fiber like a silk, an Indian cotton, or some natural fiber, then your body can breathe, and the material will allow your skin to breathe. But if you're using synthetics, and women go through menopause. Women don't need to go through menopause, because there are a whole nation of women that don't experience menopause, because their diet and lifestyle dictates that they go through that stage seamlessly. But when we do have our sisters who are sweating and they're opening up the window and they're freezing the brothers, or they're closing the windows and they're stifling the brothers, or they're stifling themselves, the fact is that they're causing these micro issues in their skin. So your diet is always key, and your diet affects your blood, and your blood affects your skin. So that's just taking it into different levels rather than going into each level. So that's something to keep in mind.
Right. Thank you for the questions. Now, I can see there's another hand still, Carol. I just need to ask Shirley a question before we take your hand, though. Shirley, have you got many more slides to go through?
No, I'm going to, when we finish this one, I'll just go to the last slide. I'm going to jump.
Okay, because we need to be mindful. There's so many points on the chat. We can't read them all out. But
yes, it's actually longer than I thought, which is good. Good discussion. So it's taken us right up to the 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Which is good.
So did you want to take Carol's question?
Yeah.
Or was it if it's a point, can you make it really quick, Carol? Because
I'm going to make it really, really quick, right?
Okay.
Start countdown. First of all, Richard, you're so funny. Opening up, freezing with the mandem. That was so funny. I thought it was so funny. Yeah. Edgar, in regards to this soap thing, as I said, someone recommended the Oilatum, which is Oilatum. It's very, very soft. It's an old-time soap that's meant to be really, really good. It's good for sensitive skin and dry skin. And honestly, you'll shine when you use that, if you ever want to use that, in regards to the soap bar, just to let you know about that. Also, in regards to the coconut, I find that just using coconut, especially in the winter, is a bit drying. But like Richard spoke about the jojoba oil, I got the pure jojoba oil, where I add a drop or two, massage it in amongst with the coconut oil, because coconut oil is not enough for me. It's a bit I need more moisture. So that was my quick point. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you for your quick point. Thank you. So tips for healthy skin, we're not going to go through that, but we somewhat did throughout each heading. We gave some tips for healthy skin.
Is there some tips that you can give, though, Shirlene? I think it'll be good.
There is. Here, there's sleeping, so getting enough rest, healthy eating, keep irritants off your skin, exercise regular, choose the right skincare products, stay hydrated, heat exposure. So these are some of the benefits that we can do to help with our skin. And just to end in, it says, take good care of your skin, even your body. so your skin can keep taking good care of you. So Psalms 139:14, it didn't finish it. Oh, there you go. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. So as we continue our fearfully, wonderfully series, our skin, the largest organ, take good care of it, look after it, do your exercise, drink your water, use the right ingredients on your skin, eat right, sleep on time. What else is there? What else did we talk about, Sharon?
You're not talking about just going through the New Start principles.
Yes, basically New Start. So
get rid of the stress. So deep breathing.
Deep breathing. So take good care of your body. Take good care of your skin, so that it can keep taking good care of you. And just remember our series when it comes to Psalms 139. We are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Sharon.
Thank you so much for that, Charlene. A lot of research has gone into that, and a lot of questions. We're going to have to make sure we don't close the chat without downloading, because there's been so many comments. I'm going to learn a lot just from reading them. I see Edgar has a hand, and I was going to go through a few pointers that he's left me with. He's left me with a book with some foods for the skin. We hear of food for thought. Here's food for the skin. Did you want me to mention?
Can I just interject?
Of course.
Just remember, you need to tell them about the show. That there'll be no show next week.
Oh, thank you. Yes. So So before we close out and I go through the foods for the skin, we are having a break next week, and the week after we'll be having a presentation by Sonia Barnes. So just in case you're unsure or you miss it on the groups, there'll be no TTI presentation next week, but there will be the following week. So this is, instead of it being the first and second week in July, this is obviously the first week. We'll have a break next week, and it will be the third week in July. And then watch the space. Continue to watch the groups if you're not on there yet. If you are in the groups, continue to watch the groups and we'll keep you informed. So in terms of foods for the skin, okay, so the challenge, we've already set one challenge, which is to look at your products around the house and see which ones are harmful, with harmful chemicals to the air you breathe, the skin you the products you put on the skin or in your soaps, etc., anything that comes into contact with your skin. But foods for the skin, in this book, it mentions 4 food groups that are good for the skin. The first one, I wasn't going to mention, but I will, because it is nourishing and fortifying of the skin. Now, some people are allergic to this, but it's peanuts. So that's one thing that's good. If you're not allergic to peanuts, then peanuts are good for nourishing and fortifying the skin. The second group is something that cleanses and beautifies the skin. Some people put it on their eyes when they're feeling tired. They slice it up. Cucumber, okay, that one's full of water, and
cucumber.
Definitely cucumber. That one is great. So it cleanses and beautifies the skin. You may find some skin products that actually have cucumber in them, like in some facial washes. It does feel nice. The third one, you'll be pleased to know, or some will be pleased to know, it nourishes the skin and protects the arteries. It's, drum roll, mango. Okay, so mango is another good one for the skin. And the final one, which is, it says it nourishing even the skin. So again, it's another nourishing one for the skin. It's bean. It says whether the beans, doesn't matter which beans, there's a variety. The haricots, these ones I can't pronounce. A variety of beans, just call it that way. Okay, whether the beans were bought from America or were known in Europe before Columbus. Okay, I won't go into that. Okay, basically beans. Okay, so we've got beans, mango, cucumber, and if you're not allergic to it, peanuts. They're good foods for the skin. There was another comment, was there?
Yeah, there's quite a few, but Veronica
Mango.
just went off what you said, and and Richard about whatever you can put on your skin, you should be able to eat.
Oh yes, avocado.
If you can't eat it,
So
don't put it on your skin.
Huh?
If you can't eat it, don't put it on your skin.
Okay. I hear that, because the skin products that I make, everything is edible, so it's fine. Or most of the things that I make for my skin is edible. Before we close out though, Shirley, should we show the TTI promo video? Not TTI, the Kefenli, sorry, tail end of that nasty virus that's going around. The video of the Come Apart and Rest a While, should we show that before we close out? Yep. Okay then.
Yes.
Thank you. I need
But
to
thank you to our viewers.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for the participation. It's been brilliant. I'm just going to mute and then do the promo.
I was supposed to say because we put salt in the peas, but then I forgot.
Come Apart and Rest a While is a one-week holistic retreat in the relaxed rolling hills of the Welsh countryside. With something for everyone, from health checks and massages to seminars on country living, cooking demonstrations and the use of herbs, this conference brings together ministries from around the British Isles, sharing their experience and knowledge with you in a health retreat environment. Running from the 29th of August until September the 4th at the Stephen Lee Conference Centre. Whether it's for the week, the weekend, or just a day, your short vacation will exceed your expectation. And with food services ranging from self-catered to plant-based meals, and with comfortable spaces available from ensuite chalets to leisure homes and caravans, you can enjoy your tranquil accommodation. So take some rest, be refreshed, and make sure to make your reservation today. See you there.
Okay, I hope that was clear. It just took me a little while to get it started, but we got there.
I was about to take the number and then it came off. What's the number?
Okay, I
The
will
details.
I'll put another slide. I won't put the video on. I'll just make it.
Yeah,
a lot
just a
easier.
slide with the information so I could take a picture. Thank you.
Can you see?
Perfect. Is it that one?
It should
Yeah.
be.
Perfect.
There you go.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So if anyone wants to do a screenshot, you can just take a picture of the screen, and we'll take that off. Okay, so whilst you're doing that, thank you so much, everybody, for coming on. We're glad to have you on here, share this conversation with us, learning about skin for skin. Okay, and thank you so much, Shirley, for the presentation. There was so much in there. As we know, we've already, from this presentation today, we've got at least 2 more that have come out of it. So thank you for inspiring us, everybody. And we thank God as well for guiding us as we guided the discussion. So those of you who are joining us, who have joined us on YouTube, we'll take this opportunity to say thank you for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time. On the, what date will that be? The 9th? No, not the 9th.
16th.
The 16th, thank you. The 16th. And we will be making lots more preparations for future shows. Thank you so much. Shirley, any closing thoughts?
No, I think I said it in the presentation, just to look after the fearfully, I would say, and wonderfully made body that God has given to you.
Amen.
That